for you.
Let me get it screwed. That's fine.
Don't want to jump.
Grouchy.
Watch it here. Where do you want it? Hold on.
It ain't gonna go up super high. Let it down some, Christian. You can stop letting it down now. Moving targets are not as easy to hit as you might think. Well, we're in the process of preparing for Hurricane Helene, and this has happened too many times this year. This one is actually supposed to be probably worse than any of the other couple that we've had recently. So we're trying to get all of our animals situated and ready to go. We just boarded up the one south side facing windows of the chicken house because we're on the east side of the storm, which means all of our winds will be coming from, well, it'll depend. Some will be coming from the east, then they'll be coming from the south, then they'll be coming from the west whenever it passes. So north facing's fine. We just got to get everything else boarded up so they got some dry area because water blows sideways in a hurricane. So same thing's going to happen out here at the milking parlor. We're going to go ahead and get a couple pieces of plywood and kind of put up to make a little three-sided cove up in here on the outside for Buttercup and her little baby, which we have called Bluebell. And that way they have a nice dry place to get out of the rain, because we do not want them in the rain. Bluebell, at 2 days old, actually got pneumonia, and we've thought we were going to lose her. She is actually going to be a week old tomorrow, and at the time of making this video, we gave her a shot of antibiotics ourselves when she was 2.5 days old, or 3 days old, once we noticed it. And she didn't really show any good response from that, so we actually, our friends put us in contact with a good vet, and we took her to the vet, and they gave her another shot of antibiotics, a shot of Lasix, and I'm guessing that's probably to remove the water from the lungs, the fluid, and a steroid. And those are good for like 4 days. And we're supposed to check back in tomorrow and see. We actually have another dose of steroid to give her if she needs it tomorrow. So she's actually starting to show improvement now, which is a huge relief to us because we thought we were going to lose her for the last almost week now. So it's been a touch and go, but she is breathing a little bit better. She was panting like a dog with her mouth open and foaming at the mouth, and her sides were sinking in a lot. She was not doing good. So I'll turn the camera around so you can see her real quick, and then we'll get back to work. You're not hating life right now, are you, Buttercup? So there's Bluebell. She's down there chilling right now, taking a nap. She's actually been a lot more active the last 2 days. She's been encouraging to see. She's kind of been up walking and trotting around and bucking a little bit. But you can see she's still breathing a little bit heavy. You can see her sides back there, up and down. It was sinking in a lot. She was not in good shape. I would say she was probably a day or two from dying. But lots of prayers, lots of antibiotics. She seems to be doing much, much better. But we do not want to lose all of the progress that we've made. And if she gets wet in the storm and is wet for a long period of time and gets chilled, she's not going to do good. So we have the place to put her. We're just going to tidy it up a little bit, and she should be good to go. Raise it up, and that way the gap's down here. Just a smidgen. A little bit. A little bit. Oh. Yep. Let your side down a little. Oh. That's good. Okay. Good. Yep. Good.
It needs to go up.
Good. Up a little bit. Oh. Getting a bite to eat. Back here. I'll let it back here. Let's get I'm thinking maybe we'll get maybe one of the bales of old hay. This can be what you can eat. I'm not sure how long we're going to be without power after this storm. Last time, even once we got power turned back on at like the feed mill that we go to get our animal feed, all of their feed was wet. All of the silos got rained in from the wind blowing the water in and everything, and the feed was no good. So, and that was almost a week before they got back online with everything. So we went ahead and filled up our feed drums, so we should be good for the next 2 weeks with animal feed. And we're going to get that unloaded real quick and put where it needs to go. Cows are needy tonight. All right, what we're gonna do next is run a hot fence across here in this back summer pasture, and that is to keep the cows from going over here. I do not want them over here because these trees are about 60 to 70 feet tall. They're all water oaks, all those there. Notorious for coming down in a windstorm. I would almost guarantee that at least one of those is going to come down, or at least part of one or the top of one, and I do not want our cows getting killed under that. We had a friend that lost a cow last year because of a tree coming down on it, so do not want that. So we're going to go ahead and run a temporary fence through here to keep them pinned up over here where most of the trees are small. So awesome. We're going to pass it through. Right there.
Oh my goodness, I'm surprised I'm folding it.
Stretch it out under here. They won't kill you. Stretch it all the way. You're good. All the way tight. There you go. Perfect. All right. That way if they poop, it'll land on that. There's another rain ban. It's like the third or fourth one so far. And the crazy part is, the bad stuff ain't gonna get here for another probably 16 or so hours. The center of circulation is still down near Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula. So it's just, this is northeast side's always where the action's at, and it's gonna be on us for the next probably 2 days. Well, it's about 12:30 the next day. The storm is on its way. We're actually in the tropical storm force wind field now, and it should start getting windier as the day goes on. It's a unique storm, that's for sure, because usually we're getting a lot of rain by now, and especially once you get into the wind field, and we've gotten a ½ inch so far. And to top that, look how sunny it is. I mean, blue sky. It's crazy. All of the rain is actually up into Georgia and South Carolina right now, and the storm is still way down to the south, several hundred miles to the south, probably even with Miami-ish down in South Florida. So I don't know, this one's going to be unique. They're saying we're only going to get 2 to 4 inches of rain, so Usually on a storm this size, you know, we're looking at 12 to 15 inches of rain. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting day. A few minutes later. Well, it's been a few hours. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit now. We're still not really getting any rain, but the winds have definitely started to increase over the last hour or so, and they're getting pretty gusty. That's a sweet gust right there. So it's about to get exciting now. Is howling. Trying to shine out here with a light. It's kind of hard to see. Ain't picking up on camera. Some lightning. Wow. Well, it's starting to get daylight. The storm has passed. I don't know if you can see behind me. Tons of debris down. Just little stuff. But look at the sky. See if I can get it to focus. Almost clear. Almost all the way clear. That was some of the strongest wind that we've had in many years. It wasn't scary. It wasn't like it was that strong, but there was some powerful wind. Katie, 4 of the oldest kids and myself, we put our raincoats on and came out in it last night. It's gonna sound crazy. Don't knock it till you've tried it, all right? So, ever since I've been a little boy, I've always loved going out into the storm, into a safe spot where it's open, and feeling the power of the wind. And it was pretty impressive. It was very impressive. So rain will sting, though. Let me tell you, it's if you could imagine going down a road doing 50, 55 miles an hour and sticking your head out in the rain. I've not done that before. I'm just saying. I've stuck my arm out. That's what it feels like. So it was pretty impressive. Looks like the chicken coop held up. The hoop coop held up fine. All the chickens are fine. So we're gonna just walk around and look and see what kind of damage we got. I'm gonna strategically walk around these trees. I'm not gonna stay up underneath them because there might be some loose limbs still. Now we got some cleanup to do. Quite a few little limbs down. Those big trees stayed. They did not come down. I'm shocked. But that's okay. I'd rather be safe than sorry. There's some good sized limbs. Sugar cane took a little bit of a beating. It's alright, we're going to be moving it soon anyways. So when we cut it, we'll cut it in small pieces and replant it. Cows are happy. They got them some roughage. That's a good sized limb. Wow. It's like part of the top of that tree. That's big. I'm glad the cows weren't under that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, sweet. And Willow. Yeah. You survived, girl. Let's go check Buttercup. How'd you hold up, Buttercup? Y'all look good. Hey, Bluebell. How are you doing, girl? Good deal. Everything held up out here fine. There's a branch down here, but nothing major. Oh no. Ah. The whole top of that cedar tree's gone. That was a tall, straight cedar tree, and we lost part of it in a storm a couple years ago. Oh man. Okay. Oh yeah, I got the chicken house. Well, that is the fascia board, but it got the whole corner of the chicken coop. Ah. Wow. And the pen. Man. We got a couple scraggler chickens out here. I'm wondering if they must not have went inside last night. But I can't let the rest of them out yet until I get this fixed. Cut off. Well, that stinks. Just caught the one corner though. Pigs look like everybody's good here. Not bad. Good deal. I'm not super surprised that tree came down. To be honest, when we were out here last night, I had my light shining up because we were out here in the front area field, open area here, shining back at these trees. I don't know how any of these trees survived, to be honest. they were bent over pretty good, man. That storm ended up becoming a Category 4 right before landfall. That's what they say anyways. I don't know how much I buy their measurements, because most of the sustained winds that they said we were going to get, we were supposed to get well over 100 miles an hour. We did not get that. So, but regardless, it was a very fast moving storm. I've never seen a storm move that fast. It was moving with a forward speed like 23 miles per hour. So I think damage is minimal because of that, because it was booking. So the bad stuff only lasted a couple short hours, and then it moved on. But I will say this, even with all of the limbs down, we got a tree down there. We got some more limbs here. Even with all of this damage, 90% of our county, over 90% of our county is without power right now. We somehow still have power. I have no idea. It went off more times than I can count. All right, it went out, would be off for a second, come right back on. Have no idea. I'm thankful. I'm not going to complain. But over 90% of our county is without power right now as we speak. We are blessed. I'm thankful. It's amazing how quiet and still it is this morning. You'd never know we had a hurricane just a few hours ago. Oh yeah. There's a bunch of treetops down here. Mercy. It's like the size of a tree itself. Now we heard this fall last night. This is hilarious. I have been wanting this tree to come down for a couple years now. And I was literally preparing in the next 2 weeks to cut this thing down. The only reason I haven't is because it's right out here by the road. It's got power lines on that side and my gate on this side. And all of the weight was leaning this way. It was a big booger, but you can see it was rotten inside. Broke off about 10 or 12 feet up there. And there it be, laying the perfect direction. That shows how strong it was because, like I say, there were no limbs on that side. Everything was leaning out this way. And it, like, if it would have cut, it was going to end up probably right here, just because of the weight, the way it was. So I was going to try to pull it more out here. The Lord took care of that for me. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to try to get this cut off the fence real quick so all the chickens don't come out. I thought they were actually trapped inside, but the door ended up opening and here we are. They're wanting to come out. Worried about this trunk.
Yeah.
We'll carry him out later. String's kind of aggravating now. We're good to go. Well, I'm gonna have to get some staples and staple that, re-staple it, and some zip ties, and re-tie these T-posts. The wire's almost toast, but it'll keep them in for now. The key is just getting the necessities done this morning. Getting this so they can't get out, getting the chickens all caught and put back in. And I got to milk Buttercup so we can let her out. So it's gonna be a long day. We got a lot of work to do today, but we are blessed. I'm super thankful. Nobody was hurt. None of the animals were hurt. And the only structural damage that we have was out here at the coop and the actual chicken pen. So you can't ask for anything better than that. We're thankful. Y'all stay safe. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.